There's no rule against getting a turnover in these moments as well, but you got to figure out a way, and it starts here with the kickoff return.
Gibson takes it right between the hashes, lost the football. There it is, recovered by the Steelers. Ben Skoranek is on it. I think it may have been Gainwell who knocked it loose, and it's Skoranek who recovers. Max Starks, good call.
I'm glad I didn't have to say I told you so. But we needed some type of turnover, some type of sudden change. And Ben Skoranek, just like he did in Washington last season, comes up with a big strip play. And look at that. That is tremendous. And the best defense is one that sits on the sidelines.
Shotgun as he gets the snap. Play action pass. Looking and hit from behind. It is Highsmith. First sack of the game for the Steelers, back at the 10-yard line.
Or that. You could just get a sack, and then you don't even have to worry about the mesh point. You don't have to worry about any running situation here. What a great job. Whew. Alex Highsmith just came right down the line, the inside half of Ola Fashanu, and makes a tremendous play.
Nick Herbig is checked into the game. Highsmith evidently getting some attention on the sidelines as well. Darnold back to pass, looking, has all kinds of time. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Steps in front of Cooper Kupp at the 45-yard line of the Steelers and has turned it over for the black and gold.
First interception in the black and gold uniform, Jalen Ramsey. Key man last week on the play against Garrett Wilson that ended that game in a victory for the Steelers. Comes up big in the second drive of this game with a beautiful interception and great field position for the Steelers to start.
And Oots is in there at the fullback position, play action pass. Pressure coming, and down goes Darnold. And it's Peyton Wilson roaring up from his inside linebacker position to drop him for the sack.
The archer finds his prey. And right there, Peyton Wilson lined it up, drilled it immediately, came right up the A-gap. Running back looked like he was going to block it, and they escaped to the left, and Peyton Wilson saw it and slammed it for a big loss and a sack on the play.
Darnold, play action pass, rolling off the back foot. It's knocked away and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's Herbig rumbling down the field, crosses the 40, a stiff arm inside Seattle territory and all the way down to the 21-yard line. As Cam Hayward got the deflection again. Another deflection by Cam Hayward, had one last week, led the league a year ago in that department, and Herbig there to pick it off.
Welcome back, Mr. Herbig. We don't need sacks, we'll take the ball away, and a beautiful job of working his way down the field all the way to the red zone. He IDs it after Cam tips it up in the air, and then looked like a wide receiver or a defensive back running down there, weaving through guys, stiff-arming all the way down the field. These are the type of plays you need. When guys are down, we just talked about the injuries. Somebody step up, somebody make a play. Well, there we go, 5-1 with the second turnover of this game.
Darnold back looking to throw, and Darnold is sacked. First career sack for Jack Sawyer as he rockets in and throws him to the ground.
Beautiful job by Jack Sawyer. They set wide, and Zach Sawyer just absolutely shot out of a cannon in the C-gap. Nobody there to block him, and he just absolutely takes Sam Darnold to the turf, and a big 9-yard loss on the play.
Left now settles back in, gets a snap. Back to pass, looking right. Now steps up in the pocket and is going to be taken down. A sack on the play as Cam Hayward gets in there and drops him for a 1-yard loss at the 30.
This is what you have to do with Drake May. I said it in the beginning. Rush, contain, and then compress in. You don't want to give him an outlet left or right. We talked about that with Peyton Wilson. He knows how to play this guy, but defensively, keep everything bottled up.
Far side of the field, the left defensive side. They're going to run right in that direction. Now the ball is loose. The ball is loose, and it is picked up, and it's recovered by the Steelers. Slay at the 45-yard line of the Steelers, wandering back, trying to cut back, and finally taken down at the 46. So they don't get the turnover that wouldn't have counted before. They do get it here. Nick Herbig causes the fumble, recovered, and now the Steelers will have the ball at their own 46-yard line.
Karma kicked in. They get a fresh set of downs, and then right there, Nick Herbig, second week in a row with a big play.
So the penalty before was on Chuck Clark. It was actually Cole Holcomb. I beg your pardon.
Okay, Holcomb, 55, so not 51.
Right.
Good strip sack, good recovery by Slay. It was a scrum at the bottom. Steelers get the ball near midfield. This is a good sign. It's a good omen, Kinger.
Three receivers to his right as he gets the snap. Back to pass, looking right, under duress, and down he goes. And another sack. And it's Cam Hayward in there, along with Derek Harmon. Back-to-back big plays out of the rookie.
Welcome, big fella, to the NFL. We were worried about whether there was going to be a snap count, whether there was going to be caution. Put kick gloves on him. No, no, no. You let that big land mammal go, and he has made two great plays in a row, and, of course, culminating in a sack and now a punt for New England.
Oh, impressive stuff from Derek Harmon.
They're only about 8 seconds behind what the Steelers had, which was a commanding lead.
And T.J. Watt with the sack as he comes up with the sack, and out come the terrible towels.
The drought is over.
It's over.
The king is back. Let's just go ahead, hail Caesar, on the sack master, T.J. Watt.
And here's the snap. Back to pass. May looking, fires toward the end zone, intercepted. Brandon Eckles steps in front of the intended receiver and comes away with the INT for the Steelers.
That was a beautiful play there off the tip. Believe it was Cam Hayward. I'm watching the replay as they go into the angle, and Cam Hayward tipped the ball. Brandon Eckles, playing trail coverage, just jumps up and catches it, takes a knee in the back line of the end zone.
Gets a snap. Will give to Stevenson, and Stevenson off the right side. Stevenson's in the end zone, but the ball is loose. Is this a fumble? Is this a fumble? Steelers, they're conferring the officials. Peyton Wilson has it. Officials still getting together.
Defense for a touchback.
Oh my goodness.
Pittsburgh.
The Steelers defense has done it again. Another turnover in the end zone.
My goodness, what a great job. Juan Thornhill blasted through, and as he's reaching through, it looked like Thornhill got the foot. Cam looked like he hit the ball.
There's Patrick Queen who reached in, I think, and got it loose.
No, that was Keanu Benton. 95, Keanu Benton. Wow.
All right, great job. The Steelers come up with another turnover. Two to the right. May back to pass. Looking, pump fakes, is hit in the backfield, shrugs it off. Hit this time, doesn't shrug off. T.J. Watt back at the 40-yard line. Second sack of the game for Watt.
And T.J. has been working so hard here. He didn't even do his big stomp boot. The retrace up the field and just wraps May down for the loss. We need some more magic here. We need the spirit of renegade, as Wolf would ask for. A little bit of mojification in the stadium here.
Fifth sack by the Steelers. Their quick snap and blitz coming by Patrick Queen. Untouched. He nails Wentz back at the 24-yard line.
I'll take a better, Rob. I told you that was a better. We got a sack there. Patrick Queen comes unabated, and I would say this. You might want to get the license plate of that truck, because he just trucked Carson Wentz.
He sure did. Came in untouched from the left side. Now Riker will set up right in the middle of the field. Shotgun gets a snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Backside. Down he goes. Nick Herbig with a sack all the way back at the 41-yard line of the Vikings.
Mama, there goes that man. 51 has been active since he's been active, making a key play. A sack in his first game against the Seahawks. Interception, of course, in the game last week, and now another big play. Welcome back, Mr. Herbig, with a big play opposite T.J. Watt.
Wow, great stuff by Herbig to join Wentz. Wentz gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking, fires, and the ball's deflected, and it's intercepted. Picked off. This is Deshaun Elliott. Slips as he tries to make a move to his left, but the Steelers have come up with a big turnover, the interception, and they have the ball at their own 32-yard line.
Man, oh man, this defense is picking up where it left off here. 2 sacks and an interception already in the first half.
Empty set, gets the snap, back to pass. Looking, steps up, pressure, down he goes. Flag comes in late behind the play, but Herbig and Benton in on this sack together. Right now, let's see what the call is going to be. First here from Brad Allen. Looks like the Vikings heading off the
Holding.
field.
Offense, number 27. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
So
get near is now get here, baby. I told you they needed to get here, and Keanu Benton absolutely did a great job. He was double teamed coming up the middle on the route, and just absolutely undeterred as he took Carson Wentz to the ground. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to escape. He got smothered by the Steelers defense.
Really lucky on 2 fumbles that have come back to them. Now Wentz back under pressure, and down he goes. Initial pressure by T.J. Watt, and a second sack from Keanu Benton.
Oh, I love that action. T.J. Hockenson was trying to whip the block because they were trying to throw a little tight end quick screen to the right, but T.J. Watt was on him immediately, and then Keanu Benton coming up the middle and finishes the job for the big play.
He's alone in the shotgun, gets the snap, back to pass, looking, throws underneath, and it's picked off. T.J. Watt on the deflection and the interception, driven down by Scott, but he has it at the 35-yard line of the Vikings. What a play by T.J. Watt, who runs down the field and boots it rugby style into the stands.
The defense is here. The malice in the park. That's what's happening right now. This Steelers defense, another turnover after another sack in this ball game. And the Steelers are just smothering the Vikings right now.
6 Steelers lead, 3rd and 9. Wentz gets the snap, back to pass. Steelers bringing pressure, and down he goes again. Another sack, and Keanu Benton did it again in there with T.J. Watt for another sack.
And listen, Blake Brandel, burn this film after it's done. He got absolutely destroyed on this play, and it was not even close. Carson Wentz didn't even get to the back of his drop where he could set, and Keanu Benton was on him once again. Of course, the combo with Watt.
Brings Fannin in motion, play action pass. Gabriel, the blitz coming in. Jalen Ramsey coming in off the left side of the defense. Hammers Gabriel for his first sack as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Woo! That was a full head of steam off the slot there. And normally that is to the quarterback side that he could see. But being a left-handed quarterback, when you blitz from the offensive right, defensive left, that's the blind side. He absolutely nailed him right in the back of the 8 of Dylan Gabriel's jersey.
Crowd up, towels waving. Gabriel gets the snap, back looking, and Gabriel is going to be taken down. There's a flag on the play, but it looks like this is going to be against the Browns. I don't know which of the 4 Steelers laying on top of Gabriel is going to get credit for this sack.
I know. T.J. Watt gets it.
Holding, offense number 68. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
Usually when an offensive lineman's lobbying like that, you know it's their fault. Cam Robinson, obviously newly acquired, played a little bit last week, getting his first extended look. Of course, worked against that man, 51, Herbig, and he just absolutely takes him down.
Gets the snap, play action pass, rolling out, now stepping up in the pocket, and down he goes. Oh, Highsmith got there, Harmon got there as well, as he is sacked back at the 25-yard line. The right of Gabriel in the shotgun. 1st and 10, Gabriel gets the snap. We'll throw in a quick slant to the right, and it is incomplete, intended for Larvadain, and it was broken up by Joey Porter Jr., so Larvadain, who was activated last week, can't hang on to this one.
And great coverage by Joey Porter. I mean, almost a shroud on Larvadain.
To the right, going toward the open end of the end zone here at Acrisure Stadium. Gabriel gets a snap, back to pass, looking left, under pressure. Herbig gets him back at the 14 and slings him to the turf.
That's a moment. That's a moment. We've been looking for these big plays, and of course, Big Play Herbig, I think, is why I'm going to have to change it. I know Big Play Slay has his nickname, but Herbig has come up big every game since he's been back week 2. He's come up with one of these plays, and he
extends the hand, gets the snap, back to pass, looking, and going to be hit from the backside, and he is going to be taken down. It is Herbig once again. A huge imprint on this game for Nick Herbig over the last several minutes.
I don't even know what the Hawaiian word is for game wrecker, but whatever it is, I'm not even going to try and botch it up, but he has been an absolute terror.
Showing pressure. They will bring 4. And here's Ramsey on the backside, and Ramsey will track down Gabriel moving to his left. 2nd sack of the game for Jalen Ramsey, all the way back to the Browns' 41-yard line.
All that goodwill, all that yardage, taken away in consecutive plays. First Herbig, and now Jalen the Ram Ramsey gives his 2nd sack of the game. Big moment here, 4th and long.
On Chase, Third down and 11, and reaching for it and unable to hold on. Yosevash. Joey Porter was there. Would have been close to a first down. Instead, it's 4th and 11.
He got to the inside of Porter, and Flacco wants to get him the ball just to have a chance there to run after the catch. And usually he's very sure-handed. He dropped a few last week against Green Bay. Gets the snap, back to pass, looking, trouble, down he goes. Keanu Benton coming off the left edge, brings him down. TJ Watt comes in late. It's a loss of 6 back to the 23-yard line.
So much for that offensive line only giving up 1 sack a week ago. Yeah, Green Bay Packers, I like you, Mark Parsons. I'll take a TJ Watt and the rest of that swarm. And Keanu Benton just absolutely blew the doors off of rookie Jalen Rivers, who's starting right now at right guard for them. And we know what Steelers defenders like to do to rookie offensive linemen in this league.
Lot against Chase.
3rd and 13. Flacco keeping that swatted away. Crowd wants a yellow flag, and they will not get it. Higgins, the intended receiver. Porter covering on the play.
I'm going to let Terry maybe come in here, but what I see is Porter doing a good job of in phase and then turns around. And because he turns around, maybe that's why he allows some of that contact going back and forth. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, it looks like a little hand fighting between both of them.
Burrow under pressure. They finally get to him. Finally. Cam Hayward, the first guy to get in there. TJ Watt also in that play.
Teddy Karras and both of their leaders make a play when this defense needs it.
Yeah, 2 guys who figure to both wind up in Canton someday. 3rd and 18.
Left to right. Snap. Steelers bringing pressure. The toss over the middle, and it is incomplete. Pressure came, and it was intended for Dobbs, who couldn't hang on. Joey Porter in coverage, and the Steelers do force a 3-and-out, which has been hard to come by for the Steelers defense.
And the pressure just simply just compressed around Jordan Love. He had to make a throw. Porter was tight in coverage, and Chuck Clark in the support position comes down, and they kind of sandwich the receiver in that moment, and he drops the ball. So a good 3-and-out to start for the Steelers defense.
Now Taylor motions out to the right. Snap. Jones back, throws quickly to the left. It's incomplete. Excellent coverage. Joey Porter on downs, and it'll be a 3rd and 11.
Lil Peasy, great job there. Pressure coming off the edge, but Highsmith is now limping off the sideline. Slams him. Oh gosh, Jack Sawyer goes in.
Gets a snap, play action pass. Throwing pressure over the middle of the field, and this time beautiful coverage by Joey Porter Jr. Knocks it away from Pierce, who thought he was interfered with and was incorrect as it's knocked away.
And that was beautiful coverage. That's exactly what you needed to do for Joey Porter on that one, and he actually almost had it. He tried to kind of one-hand reverse scoop it and try to have a one-hand interception.
Jones in the shotgun. Play action pass. Looking. Here comes the TJ Watt from the back end. Knocks away the ball. TJ Watt's got it. He's picked it up. Watt, the strip sack. And TJ Watt makes a play the Steelers desperately needed to turn it over. And the Steelers will have the ball close to midfield here.
Welcome back, Mr. Watt. Been silent the last couple of weeks. Comes up huge. Strip, sack, fumble recovery. A triple statter on one play.
Motion man is Warren right to left across the formation. Jones back to pass, looking, throws underneath, it's intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson, scooting up the right sideline and tripped up. Brought down at the 15, and the turnovers coming in bunches for the Steelers.
Bunches and bunches and bunches. That is an amazing job. 3 turnovers in the first half of this game. You have the muff punt recovery by Brandon Eckles, strip sack, fumble recovery, the one-man wonder in TJ Watt, and right here, Peyton Wilson doing a tremendous job of just spying and eyeing on Daniel Jones, and just does a great job going underneath.
The pistol formation has Taylor behind him. Gets a snap, play action pass, back, pressure, down he goes. Alex Highsmith comes up with a sack back inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, that was a beautiful little twist stunt on the inside, and we call it an ET out of the 4-2. He wraps underneath. Great job of Cam Hayward just blowing up the field, and Alex Highsmith beating Bernard Ryman on that play for the sack.
A loss of 10 all the way back to the 27-yard line. Receiver split to each side. Play action pass. Jones back, looking, steps up, now rolling out to the right, being pursued by Y.A. Black, gets to the sideline and is bumped there by Joey Porter Jr. out of bounds. Looked like he might have lost a yard. No, so I thought maybe Joey Porter Jr. get a sack there, but
I was hoping for
instead they mark him right at the line of scrimmage. And again, we're going to go for it on 4th down, even on 2nd down. Everything available to call on the play. And this one's batted away, and it's picked off. Holy mackerel! Peyton Wilson knocked it away, and Sawyer on the other end of the field rushing in, caught it for another turnover for the Steelers. 2nd interception of Jones in the game, and a 4th turnover by the Steelers.
Magical number 4, Super Bowl 40. Why not? Why not pull in all the 4s on that one? What a beautiful play by Peyton Wilson. Heads-up play by Jack Sawyer. The ball almost hit him in the breadbasket. He looked up, ball was in his hands. All he could do was clutch it in that moment.
3:09 remains, doing in motion around the formation. Jones back to pass, and Benton with a sack back inside the 20-yard line, and the fist pump as this crowd is roaring at Acrisure.
That is what we call avalanche. Benton bursting up the middle and just almost unabated, it felt like. I don't know where that was, but all I saw was Gonzalez, just holding on with the back hand as Daniel Jones goes to the ground. Great job by Benton.
Jones gets a snap, back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, hit by Herbig, and taken down. Ball comes out late. I don't know if this is going to be called a fumble. I think it is a fumble. So a fumble recovery, or a fumble caused by Herbig, got the strip.
And Tyler Warren on the recovery to the outside, taking another look at it. Yeah, ball got stripped. Great job by Herbig, because Daniel Jones fell on top of Herbig. He's still a live man. Ball gets stripped out.
Colts in hurry-up mode, and back to pass is Jones, and he's hit from the backside by Alex Highsmith. And now they're saying it's a fumble. Oh, I thought the arm was moving forward, but it's a Highsmith fumble forced. It is a Harmon recovery, and it is the Steelers football.
5, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turnovers between the defense and the special teams unit. 4th one, 2nd fumble by Daniel Jones, 2 interceptions, and of course the muff punt to start the game. What a tremendous job by this Steelers defense. They are turning in a heck of a day.
6:39 remains. Jones gets a snap, back to pass, looking, throws it up the right sideline and batted away, intended for Pittman. It was knocked away by Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Lil Peasy almost had a pick coming on the cut underneath route. Brandon Eckles was playing the underneath coverage, and Joey Porter just jumped up, knocking that ball away. Almost came away with it, so great job by the Steelers defense to disguise in the secondary.
As Jones gets the snap, back to pass, looking, pressure coming, throws, and it is intercepted. Joey Porter Jr., first interception of the season at the 40-yard line of the Steelers, and another turnover. He is hustling down to the closed part of the end zone. His teammates behind him to celebrate, as the Steelers now with another turnover. How many, Max?
1 for the other thumb. 6 on the day. Wow. In that moment. And Joey Porter Jr., the just flashed senior, up on the board, enjoying with the rest of my teammates up in the club suites. What a great job. A tremendous day for the Steelers defense.
His foot gets the snap, back to pass, looking left, looking, throws, almost intercepted, incomplete. And that was Eckles who stepped in front, or was it Joey Porter Jr. who stepped in front? Joey Porter Jr.
Yep.
And a near interception, but it's going to be a punting situation here for the Chargers.
And once again, TJ Watt in on the quarterback hit. So that's now 81 quarterback hits for Justin Herbert. But man, Joey Porter Jr., that ball, he stepped right in front of it, and he just didn't quite get himself all the way to, hit the back forearm. Come on, it hit in the breadbasket. That 24 legend is still holding true right now. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah.
Back to pass. Steelers bringing pressure, and he is going to be sacked, taken down from behind. Herbig was in on that, as well as, I believe, was that Duggar in there on the blitz?
Duggar blitzed as well, but Nick Herbig running the hula hoop over there on the right side on Trey Pipkins, and a great angle, great off, and then the guard even came backed out of there as well. Oh, sorry, Bradley Bozeman, the center, came out as well. Neither one of them could stop what Nick Herbig was bringing off the edge. It was a beautiful pass rush.
Yeah, Duggar came in late, but I think Herbig will get full credit for that sack. That'll give him 5.5 now, and shotgun. Steelers showing blitz, and they will bring the blitz. Herbert under duress, and down he goes. How about Keanu Benton? 4.5 sacks on the season for number 95.
Light work for 95. A great job whipping the block head up. It was a beautiful job. He was in the A-gap between Bradley Bozeman and Mekhi Becton and just simply worked the angle and got in between them.
Herbig's down in a three-point stance. Four-man rush coming as the snap is taken, and down he goes. Sacked. And that's Highsmith, the reigning AFC Player of the Week, and his second sack of the game.
Beautiful job there. Nick Herbig and TJ Watt lined up on the offensive right, defensive left. They provide pressure, which pushes the guard and the tackle out. So Herbert's forced out to the right into the jaws of 56. Alex Highsmith, great sack, great defensive structure there.
So one by now gets the snap, back to pass, looking, steps up, and this time he's going to be wrestled down, and it's Highsmith who got him and dragged him down, and I believe that is going to be a second sack for Highsmith. He got him right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I would say that's it. I mean, that's not a horse collar, because a horse collar is technically from behind, and there's no such thing as a reverse horse collar.
Right. Gets the snap, back to pass, looking left, looks back to the right, tries to step up, and he's going to be sacked. TJ Watt gets him right around midfield, so the Steelers come up with another sack, and the Steelers will use a timeout here. No huddle here as Flacco in the shotgun has Brown to his left. Gets a snap, back to pass, looking right, back to the left, has time, throws over the middle, low and incomplete, intended for Jamar Chase, who had 16 catches the last time these two teams met.
And that's the first of his targets today. He had 23 targets in that contest for those 16 catches, career highs in both those categories. So he's a guy, person of interest, I guess you should say, for the team as well. Number 30 is going to be person of interest number 1. Number 1 is number 2 in that case.
140 and counting. Flacco under center, gets a snap, gives to Brown. Brown tries the middle of the field, and he is stood up. Joey Porter Jr. and Brandon Eckles make the stop for no gain at the 35-yard line.
And then Malik Harrison just comes and Bam Bam Bigelow's the end of that one. As they're standing him up, they can't get him down, and Malik Harrison makes sure that he sits down Chase Brown.
Flacco gets his snap, back to pass. Steelers bringing 5. Flacco over the middle of the field, it's picked off. It's Duggar. Duggar to the 40-yard line, racing across the 50 to the 40, looking for a block from Herbig. Gets it streaking down the left sideline, makes Chase miss, and waltzes into the end zone. Duggar, a 72-yard interception return for a touchdown for the Steelers.
Oh, Rob, I called for it. I said we need something to help this team out, and this defense gets a takeaway. But not only that, you put the exclamation point on that by returning it for a touchdown. And my goodness, welcome Kyle Duggar to the Steelers. That's a very awesome moment.
Officially a 74-yard return for a touchdown for the Steelers as Boswell on to try the extra point with 37 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Right to the left as he gets a snap. Back, under pressure, down he goes. He is sacked by Nick Herbig back at the 25-yard line.
Oh, what a beautiful jump on Orlando Brown in the snap count by Herbig, who does almost like a swim and a dip at the same time, comes almost unabated and just knocks out Flacco on that play. Great job by Nick Herbig,
who is now your Steelers sack leader with 6.5 sacks. Flacco gets the snap, back to pass, looking, throws out to the right flat. It is complete to Noah Fant, and Fant 2 hands around the ball, but still lost it. It's picked up by Pierre. Pierre racing down the left sideline, somersaults into the end zone, and a second defensive touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh my goodness. 2 takeaways, 2 touchdowns. Steelers defense is doing a great job. Right now, it's looking good. We haven't seen any flags. Of course, that's always the other worry. But right now, this Steelers defense has been playing lights out, and that is great.
So great job defensively right after Renegade.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. The mogination that is created by Renegade lives on here in Acrisure Stadium.
And the return by Pierre after Eckles and Clark were over there. Fan had two hands around the ball, too. He was trying not to fumble. The Steelers still punched it loose. The extra point by Boswell right down the middle. And suddenly, very suddenly, it is 34-12 Steelers. Is it Dunze? Williams back, looking right now, in trouble. T.J. Watt gets it, flips it down, the ball is loose, and the Steelers have recovered in the end zone. It's a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown as Herbig flops on top of the fumble caused by T.J. Watt for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Turnovers for 7. That's the theme here. You got one with the Bears, and they had to drive to get it. This one, T.J. Watt coming in with the big sack and strip, and of course Nick Herbig diving on top of it. That is a touchdown. What an amazing job by this defense applying the pressure to Caleb Williams.
Gets a snap, gives to Swift. Swift looking for a hole off the left side. He has stood up very close to first down yardage, and the Steelers say they've got the football. Well, they're gesturing and say that the Bears fumbled it and they have it. Nothing official from the officials are still congregating at the 48-yard line. Y.A. Black has the ball in his left hand. He's raising it up. Says, hey, I've got the ball. And the officials agree.
There we go.
The ruling on the field is there was a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Pittsburgh. Timeout.
Well, Swift with both hands around the ball, coughed up the ball before he hit the ground. The scrum moving forward was ripped out of there by Y.A. Black, and the Steelers have the ball at the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line, up 14-7. Gets a snap, back to pass, looking right on a little cross, and is it intercepted? It's picked off somehow, some way. Brandon Eckles came away with the interception.
Beautiful job there. You bring the pressure. Josh Allen, interception number 10 without Dalton Kincaid in this lineup. And Brandon Eckles does a great job of jumping underneath that route, going down to the ground and scooping that ball right up before it hit the turf with the turnover for the Steelers.
Second interception of the year for Eckles as he just simply took this away from Gabe Davis. It's a handoff moving left, is going to try to cut to the outside, lost the football, and it's still loose, and James Pierre has it for the Steelers. Or is that Patrick Queen who has it at the bottom of that pile? It is, it's Patrick Queen.
Count them, 1, 2 turnovers already on this game. Beautiful job there. Nick Herbig dislodges the ball, it bounces out, then comes back in, and Patrick Queen in for the play. Another turnover for the Steelers defense. Doing a great job. Was that 22 or 23 on the season for
22.
this Steelers defense? 22, and in prime position here for the Steelers.
5, ball at the 31-yard line, gets a snap. Steelers bringing pressure. Jackson back and under duress, and down he goes, sacked inside the 25-yard line, and it's Brandon Eckles coming up with his first sack of the season.
Nickel blitz off the backside, and once again, this is something that a traditional Lamar Jackson is not susceptible to. He usually breaks through those guys, especially undersized guys like a Brandon Eckles working on an offensive lineman. Great spin move, by the way, by Eckles.
Flowers motions to the right, snap to Jackson, back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket, moving to the right, trying to get to the edge, and it's going to loft downfield. One-handed pickoff by James Pierre, and Pierre down the left sideline, out of bounds at the 35-yard line, leaping one-handed interception by James Pierre.
Mossed. I've been waiting to say that. That was a beautiful job because you had Y.A. Black that forced Lamar Jackson a little bit further laterally, and then, of course, the pressure by Peyton Wilson coming up and James Pierre running the layer, and just a little pop pass by Lamar, and James Pierre went and high-pointed the football as though he's going down for a rebound, snatches it out of the air, and what a great turnover here for the Steelers.
Fourth quarter. Jackson gets a snap, play action pass, looking, throws toward the end zone. It's Isaiah Likely, and it's knocked out, but not until he's in the end zone with possession. It's a touchdown for the Ravens, and they have taken the lead.
After review, the pass is incomplete.
Oh. Wow.
I'm so glad I'm wrong here, Rob.
Holy mackerel.
It'll be second down.
Wow. Oh.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Review play and review all scoring play, so you can't challenge that once it's been reviewed.
Great job. That was Eckles that knocked it out of there, right?
Yeah, it was Eckles in coverage. It stayed with it. No, sorry, Joey Porter Jr. was the one in. I'm watching the
Yeah, you're right.
replay,
It was Joey Porter Jr.
and Joey just knocks it away after 2 steps. I mean,
Very interesting.
Well, anywho, second down.
Yep, 2:43 remaining. Been retreating as the ball is snapped to Lamar Jackson. Rush coming from the backside. He's hit and taken down. It's Highsmith with the sack back at the 38-yard line, and that will do it. The Steelers come to M&T Bank Stadium and win 27-22, and they are back in first place by themselves in the AFC North.
What a tremendous job. Alex Highsmith with the track down. And what a tremendous play to end this game. The Steelers defense comes alive. A stop on 4th down in the red zone on the previous drive and a sack to end this game. Wow, oh wow. AFC North, Steelers are back in first place.
Hold in front of him and Tua under center. Play action pass. Back to pass. Looking, throwing left and lofted up and picked off. Intercepted by Asante Samuel. Oh, welcome to Pittsburgh, Asante Samuel.
Put Tua in a situation where it's in his hands, he will give up the pill. League-leading interceptor now with that one on the season for Tua Tagovailoa, and that for him is his 15th interception. Great job by Asante Samuel playing the trail off of the go route to the outside to Waddle. He picks it off. Steelers football. We have a turnover, ladies and gentlemen.
Steelers showing a little bit of pressure here. Now they're going to bring 4. Wilson comes late on the blitz, and here comes Ramsey and gets him on the sack. Back at the 30-yard line. Jalen Ramsey with his 3rd sack of the season.
And on no better person than his former teammate, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Ramsey came blasting through the backside C-gap. Tua pumps, Jalen finishes on a big sack that knocked them way back behind where they started this football, back almost on the 30-yard line.
14-yard sack. Change 3rd quarter. Tua gets a snap. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Tua looking, nowhere to go. Rolling left, being pursued. Down he goes. Sacked by Peyton Wilson. Back at the 16-yard line. 2nd sack of the season for Peyton Wilson.
And the pursuit by Peyton Wilson comes off the edge free. Tua can't find anybody to get to. And Peyton Wilson, first man there, and Alex Highsmith right behind him.
Ball at the 28-yard line of the Steelers. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Empty set for Tua. 4-man rush for the Steelers. Tua back. Pressure coming. And Cam Hayward with the sack. And it is his 1st sack since October 16th at Cincinnati. Hayward has been all over the field for the Steelers.
And he gave a nice little subtle nod to his teammate, the fallen warrior right now, TJ Watt.
64 is reported.
Okay, Mike ref went out. Nobody cares that 64 is eligible again. But he gave the Watt rip and foot kick in honor of his buddy.
Pocket, lifts the leg, gets the snap, back to pass. Looking, some pressure coming, now steps up in the pocket, being pursued backside, and Otomewo with a sack. Asazi Otomewo, his 1st sack as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Otomewo with a big sack here makes it a 4th and 3. Jahmyr Gibbs is a lone setback. And play action pass. Goff looking, and he is swallowed up, taken down by Keanu Benton, who now has 5.5 sacks on the season, right up the middle.
And this is what I told you. Kingsley Egukan is one of those guys. He's only had 3 snaps, but actually, you know who he beat? He actually beat Christian Mahogany because they were running slide pro to the right, so a quick swim to the outside, and Keanu Benton was right in Goff's face immediately.
3rd to the time. Goff under center, gets a snap, and the give. Oh, tremendous penetration. Jack Sawyer hammers Gibbs back at the 6-yard line.
And you have to think Jack Sawyer's a little sauced up in this one, coming into that state up north as an Ohio State alum. He had a little bit of a celebration there looking around the Michigan faithful.
Oh, boy, what a terrific play for Sawyer coming off the left end and now bringing up a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Motion man is Ferkshire right to left. Goff play action pass. Back. Steps up. Cam Hayward there. Down he goes. Swallows him up. Back at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back weeks where Captain Cam has a sack for the Steelers.
Hey, showing up for his buddy number 90 who is not here in the building. And just working over the left side, working over Mahogany. And it's just an arm over, and then he slides to the inside and just wraps up Goff. Goff can't do anything. Goff is trying to get the ball away, but there's no chance when you got the bare paws of Cam Hayward on you.
Steelers showing pressure up the middle. They will bring 4 with an outside blitz. And Goff is wrapped up by that blitzer and thrown down for a safety. It's Duggar who came on the late blitz on the offensive left side and swirled him down for a safety.
Thank you, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph there on that one. Kyle Duggar absolutely flew through the line. He was on the far left side off of the slot, and at the drop just wheeled his way inside in between Mahogany and Eckles and just nailed Jared Goff right in the middle of the end zone between the I and the O of Lions. And we have a safety, or AKA the praying position, because we just got a nice little lead there with 2 points.
Gets the snap, back to pass, 4-man rush coming. Sanders has time, now moves up to the right, caught from behind by Alex Highsmith and dropped with a sack back at the 39-yard line. 7.5 sacks now for Alex Highsmith.
And that was just pure determination coming off the edge. Alex Highsmith was just not going to be denied at one hit, then beating Cam Robinson, and then the redirect as Shedeur Sanders felt the pressure. And we talked about this. This is where Shedeur Sanders struggles. When he's put off the point or he has to rush, that's when they get into.
He's running back out to the left field, to the left, gets a snap, hit as he throws it, it's picked off by Sawyer. Sawyer down the left sideline, cuts toward the middle of the field and gets down to the 30. It was Highsmith from the backside who made the hit. The ball flutters out and a 28-yard return down to the 30-yard line of the Browns.
There we go, Jack Sawyer. Back at home field area. Guess you could do the OHIO on that one. But yeah, I can't do it. There's a lot of pride in me, so I can just say it out loud, all 4 letters.
Second interception of the season for Sawyer, and the pressure supplied by Highsmith, and a very, very quick change of possession and a quick momentum swing. Sanders gets a snap, 4-man rush coming. Flushed out to the right, rolling, and is tripped up and brought down by Alex Highsmith. Back inside the 30-yard line, a second sack in this game for Highsmith. Give him 8.5 on the season.
And this was just pure relentless will. He ran a twist route with Esezi Otomewo, where Otomewo came wide and Highsmith looped to the inside, so had a good track when Shedeur Sanders was flushed out to his right, made a great play at his legs to knock him down.
Ends the hands and gets the snap. Play action pass, looking, has time, moving out to his right, now throws off his back feet, flings it up in the air, and it's intercepted by Kyle Duggar. What in the world was Sanders doing there? Duggar, in great coverage, comes away with a huge interception.
Yeah, he just waited and it just jumped up in the air. Jerry Jeudy signaled for the ball, but it just hung in the air, and Kyle Duggar went up and caught it.
Motion man across the formation is Andrews. Back to pass. Lamar in trouble and taken down. Nick Herbig with the sack inside the 35-yard line, and Acrisure Stadium has erupted.
Hawaiian LT comes through again in the big moment. Nick Herbig working the inside and absolutely blowing up Rasheen Ali before taking Lamar Jackson to the ground. Big loss there, and a big opportunity here on the punt return, as we now got, Calvin Austin back there, I believe, returning punts again since he's back in the lineup?
It is. Jackson gets a snap, back to pass, pressure coming, floating back, moving to his right, trying to get to the corner and can't get there, and spun out of bounds by Derek Harmon. Jackson gets a snap, Pressure coming, wants to set up the screen. Pump fakes as the Steelers have it well defended and tracked down from behind by Highsmith. Back at the 25-yard line. It's a sack and a loss of 3 and give Highsmith 9.5 sacks on the season.
And that's another one. Alex Highsmith gets in the way of the throw to Keaton Mitchell, which they wanted to set up the running back screen, forcing Lamar to double pump it and then start to run around. And then, of course, tracking down Alex Highsmith, coming off the edge like a Wolverine and making the play on Lamar Jackson from behind.
Why a field goal? Jackson in the shotgun, has Henry to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gets a snap back to pass. Steelers bringing extra pressure, and he's hit as he throws. Incomplete, and Cam Hayward was there again. He is just making his presence felt on defense and on offense.
Listen, you could do the Superman or you could do the long arm stab.
Timeout on the field for an injured Pittsburgh player.
And they're
Ramsey.
attending to, looks like Jalen Ramsey at the 45-yard line.
And Ramsey was in coverage on Mark Andrews on that last play. So you wonder what happened, if he twisted or something went awkward. Hope all is well.
By the way, we have to point out, I mentioned Cam Hayward. He is in now on the
Game
Steel
clock
City show.
operator, please reset the game clock. 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
Plural of yellow towels here at Acrisure Stadium. Motion man across the formation is likely. Jackson back to pass, throws, and it's batted down and picked off. Picked off by T.J. Watt. Batted down by Highsmith, and Watt somehow caught it on the deflection. And this place is going nuts.
It is pandemonium here inside of Acrisure. Yellow towels are waving. T.J. Watt yelling, the entire defense celebrating in the end zone. This is the defense at its finest. Pressure, turnovers. We talked about it all this season. Almost leading the NFL, only behind the Bears for the most part of this season. And plays being made. Alex Highsmith swats it in the air. T.J. Watt right by Lamar Jackson picks the ball up, and we have pressure now for this Steelers offense, now well within Steelers territory. Yeah, you target those guys more.
Stroud gets a snap, will give, and now it's going to be a flea flicker. Stroud back, pressure coming, hit, and the ball is out, and Y.A. Black has it for the Steelers at the 45-yard line. Well, the pressure came from Sawyer, and Y.A. Black snatched it out of the air.
Stop with all the fanciness, guys. This is a fist fight. Stop trying to throw bottle rockets into the equation. That ball was
The
hit.
ruling on the field was a fumble caught by Pittsburgh. It'll be first down.
He caught it before it hit the ground, so
It
there
didn't
was no
really matter.
recovery like
It was
that.
going to be a turnover either way, and Y.A. Black comes up with a big play. He and Sawyer, how about those rookies teaming up for the Steelers?
Right.
2:02 remains, first quarter from Acrisure Stadium.
Mesh pockets for the running backs to dive up into.
2nd and 6, and Stroud drops a snap, back to pass, looking, steps up, and flings the ball forward. The Steelers are going to think this is a fumble with Watt on top of it, and the officials are saying it is a fumble at the 21-yard line, and T.J. Watt has recovered, and the Texans offense is jogging off the field. 2nd turnover created by the Steelers.
All right, let's take a second look at it before we get too excited. That ball was knocked out before his hand came forward. Great job by Keanu Benton to get the hand in there. The snap was fumbled again. We talked about Jake Andrews. He doesn't like a guy directly on top of his nose, especially to his snap hand side. And he's now missed up 2 passes potentially to the quarterback out of the shotgun that has misfired and led to good things for the Steelers.
Stroud in the shotgun, gets a snap, back to pass, looking left. Now back to the right, has time, stepping up, dancing in the pocket, slings sidearm, and is it picked off? Holy mackerel! Eckles somehow came up with a tumbling interception inside the 5-yard line. What a catch on the INT by Eckles.
29th in the NFL, right, in their red zone efficiency. And a big moment here. You shut them out of points. You don't even give them a field goal opportunity. C.J. Stroud double clutched, triple clutched in that moment. Couldn't find anybody. And out of desperation, because he felt like he was going to get sacked, tried to throw the ball where he thought was a harmless place. and turn the ball over again.
A wide receiver would have been proud of that reception. What a grab by Eckles. Third turnover forced by the Steelers. 10:21 remains third quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score. 10 men up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Stroud gets a snap. The Steelers will bring 4. Stroud is taken down, tripped up first by Watt, and then tracked down by Harmon right at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if this will officially be a sack, but an excellent job. They're going to call it a sack. Third sack here for the Steelers. Stroud had not been sacked once in his last 3 games.
And this Steelers defense, 3 turnovers, 3 sacks. What's 2 of the things they don't really do on this
Turn
offense?
the ball over and give up sacks.
And they've done all of those